Alright, now we're going to go ahead and replace the spark plugs on our 2AZ 4-cylinder engine. This is a 2.4 RaV4. This is a 2006. This is the earlier version, and I think, 2009 they changed the 2ARFE. That's a 2.5 liter, so that's a different engine. So definitely got to make sure and differentiate that. But yeah, this is the earlier version, 2.4, from 2006 to 2008, I think is what it is. Maybe we should check it online. So anyways, this is the old motor, 2.4, and we're going to change the plug. As you can see, the engine on top has this plastic cover that looks pretty or whatever, and it's held on with these 10mm nuts, and so you just got to remove those two, and then off it comes. Basically it's held on with those two bolts, and as you can see, there's this insulation that stops it from rattling or anything like that. So now here we have exposed our coils. This is a coil on plug ignition system. Maybe might be good to mention that if you have a bad coil, I would say only replace it with a Toyota coil, because they're pretty much the best, and these ignition systems are sensitive. So these coils are also held on with 10mm bolts, or those were nuts, these are bolts. So yeah, this engine's hot. It was just running. Alright, took out the bolts, and we also got to disconnect the plugs. Man, I don't know if it's because it's summertime, but these suckers are hot. There we go. Man, burning my fingers. Alright, so we got our connectors off. Be careful, hopefully you don't break them, but this is kind of a delicate little plastic tab right here, so handle with care. And then you just lift the coils out. Oh man, that's hot. Holy crap. Ooh. Oh yeah, watch out for the seals too. I'm gonna keep the seals on there. Don't lose those. There we go. Okay, here we have the spark plug removal setup. This is a swivel socket, so it's a 5/8. These are really useful on a lot of vehicles. This particular application it doesn't require this swivel, because obviously we can go direct straight down, but on a lot of vehicles you have weird angles, and this will be really helpful. So anyways, I got the swivel with the locking extension. It has a lock button here. It won't come off unless you hit the button, so that way you won't get your socket stuck way down in some of those deep passages. And that's about it. It's using the typical flex head ratchet, and yeah, you can tell these have been here a long time because they're a little sticky. So now we're using the power tool to speed things up. There we go. Oh, let's get it in view. Sorry. There we go. It's running nice and clean, it looks like. It's the ideal. It's got the black ring, white tip. Looks good. But these spark plugs are 10 years old, so even though they don't have a lot of miles on them, we're replacing them. Because I think Toyota recommends every 7 years. So, yep, looks good. Oh, that's hot. There we go. We got our genuine iridium Denso spark plugs. Alright, so now we got our replacement spark plugs. Let's see, if we compare it to the originals. Oh man, these suckers are hot. It actually came with NGKs in this car, but the replacements that Toyota sells are only going to be the Densos. For whatever reason, Toyota will use NGK or Denso. You know you can't go wrong with the Denso. Alright, so the threads right here, we don't want them to seize up on us down the line, so we're going to put a little bit of anti-seize compound on the threads. Don't want to go too crazy with it, but you can kind of rub it in there. This stuff is supposed to be oxygen sensor safe, so it won't damage anything down the line in the exhaust system. Alright, so got it in our spark plug socket. Just gonna thread it in by hand. Definitely want to be careful because damaged threads in the cylinder head is no bueno. So let's see, just got that started hand tight, and we'll go on to the next one. You know, there's actually was it the Toyota Tacomas that were produced in the Newey plant? Actually, a lot of them, including my dad's truck, were actually built on an assembly line where they had NGK spark plugs on one side of the assembly line and Denso plugs on the other side of the assembly line. So you'll actually open up you take the plugs out and you'll see two different kind of plugs in the engine. 3 cylinders have NGK, 3 cylinders have Denso, and which was typical at that time. And I noticed when I took them out, I noticed that the Densos are more worn down. So I would almost say that you might be better doing the NGKs. For reference, here's the NGK part number, IFR6A11. So Toyota doesn't sell them, but you can probably find those at a parts store. And it carries NGK parts. But for now, we're sticking to Toyota OEM Denso as they're sold from the dealership. Alright, one more. Alright, we do the same thing. Thread it in by hand. No buildup on these, so they go in real smooth. And then I believe these are supposed to be about 14 foot-pounds of torque. When you're tightening them, you can feel the crush washer crushing, and then you can feel it get tight all of a sudden. So I'm just going to use my arm torquer, the built-in torque wrench. There we go. But definitely recommend to follow specs, which I think we'll have to post. I know it's right around 14, but don't know 100% at the moment. Anyways, so now it's time to put our coils back on. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's do it the nice and neat way, and we'll put a little bit of lube on the coils as well. Here we have our 3M silicone paste, good for electrical connections. And so I'm just gonna dab a little inside, and then we'll drop it on. There we go. Repeat the process with each one. There's some lube in there, you can see. And last one. Alright, so make sure they all plug in. Alright, so everything's lined up. Put the bolts back in. Once I fill them threading in, and I'll just get ready for the little impact tool. Alright. Now we're going to put our cover back on. Go. Start by hand. Use the tool. All done.